You might have to speak up in here.
I gathered that.
So, I've spoken to Henry, I've spoken to Matt.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get your impressions about
What's everything that's happened? Yeah, sure. It was really weird. That's the only way I can put it. Absolutely.
Every time you go home, I bet then you can run right down the garden. You know, it's your turn. I don't know what house where you put on.
Just doing it now. Sorry.
just because you didn't see the ticket.
Yeah.
Obviously not seen it. So anything really you can tell me that you can add to what's been said before would be really good.
It was just really, really weird. That's the only way I can put it. It's not anything I've come across before. I've come across some unusual things in my time.
Oh yeah, but them girls.
They made me question a lot of things, actually. I don't really know. Whatever was out there certainly had. I don't know whether it was sentient. I don't know if I'd give it that actually yet. I don't have enough data for it. But it was certainly malicious. It didn't like us, it didn't want us there. Certainly seeing the video with Henry and what happened there, I'm really scared now, actually. Genuinely scared. I don't sleep easy at night.
What's your thinking about what it is?
Well, I've only got a little bit of data. So I only had one handheld array to record with, which isn't what I usually have. I normally have a whole van of equipment for this sort of thing. It registers on the electromagnetic spectrum, so it certainly exists within our reality as we know it. But the energy levels it was giving off would suggest gluon involvement, or certainly gluon emission, which would suggest that it exists in hyperspace as well, which would explain how it moves so quickly. What it is, I don't know. Is it something that's come out of the ether? Is it something that was once human that's been corrupted? Is it a ghost in the machine? Is it something else? I don't know. Or, I mean, I was bouncing some ideas that there was actually just a projection of some sort. There's something more malicious going on. But the way it affects people once they got within its proximity would lead me to believe that it's an entity itself. I don't know, I don't have enough data.
Moving forward, what do you think your investigation is now going to?
We've got to pin it down. I've got some ideas of how to record it, how to entrap it, potentially even freeze it in place. And it's one of these things with the experiments of, well, if my trap doesn't work on it, then that excludes what it could be, if you catch my drift. So one of the plans I've got is to try and capture it within a Faraday cage. Because if it's purely within our reality across the electromagnetic spectrum, a Faraday cage should keep it trapped. But if it's able to move from it, then actually then it must be interacting in some other way with our reality. And I need more data. I've got more equipment. I need to bring them to bear against it. And hopefully I can convince some of my colleagues back at the university to look it over and believe as well. Because right now I'm alone and I'm afraid. So...
What's the next step?
Find it. The current reports are suggesting it's not in Bedford anymore. Apologies. But the coordinate positions that were left to Henry would be where I'd look next. Whether it's the trap from it, I don't know. I'm prepared for that eventuality, and hence why it's taking some time to get everyone together and to get a full investigation team out there, because I don't want to be by myself out in that environment. The coordinates put it somewhere outside of Coventry. I guess we're going there. Have a look round, get locals' reports, go through archives, get some readings and see what happens, really. It's funny how they just don't know what's coming. Darkness is coming, and they don't know it. I've got only limited access to resources. My department's mainly theoretical, so I can do the mathematics behind it, but without the data, I can't do the maths. So I think the MUP have access to things that Cambridge wouldn't. Well, I saw the level of technology they had against it. So let's see what happens. Maybe I'll have access before then and be able to bring some I'm not inclined to say guns, but bigger things to bear.
What happened?
Yeah, you think you would have gone from that from the beginning, wouldn't you? To be honest, the further away it gets from that night, the more things start to haze out. It's almost like my memory's bleeding out. That's why I've tried to keep a journal, actually. What's happened? My little notebook. I don't know if you can see it. Got documentation of what people are calling the Slender Man, although I prefer the Man in White. Or the white man, should I say. But that has certain connotations to it when spoken in public, so I'll stick to the Slender Man, it's less ambiguous. Oh no. We were exposed to signal radiation, which is still quite a novel concept to me. There's only limited work I can see on it. It's hard to detect, but we were exposed to it, and for whatever reason, it seems to have been attractive to this agent. For all intents and purposes, it took us. There's no other way about it. It controlled us, it manipulated us, made us scared, it manipulated its environment, making things dark, making the area cold. And I mean, the first one of our group charged it. There was sort of this belief going on between me and Matt that it might just be a sort of local psychopath in a mask. But no. He was charged and he stopped the guy in his tracks and took him away. We didn't see him again. They took millions in it. I don't know, at the time it was so weird. It was we were almost complicit. We didn't stop them leaving. We didn't rush to grab them. We didn't say, we sort of said no, stop. We didn't prove the point. We almost let our guard down. We just let it happen. That's really frightening that even as a group we were defenceless against it. But eventually we managed to come across, I believe it was Dr. Rutherford, who had a device to defend against it. And that seemed to work actually. How it works I don't know, I didn't get any data off it at the time, I was just scared for my life. I'd be interested in seeing the device again. But however it worked, it seemed to defeat the agents and push it back into whatever realm it existed in. And that was the last we saw of it that day. They appears to have come back, obviously. It's come back stronger and harder. I mean, it's left its home turf. It's been sighted in London now. It's taken more people. It's scary.
I'm still thinking about what happened tonight on the way here.
That's weird. It's really fucking weird. It obviously was right by where it all happened. It's the next village over. And I don't know. It looked like Minnie. It's her stature, her shape, her hair. But she wasn't responding to us, and she didn't look entirely corporeal. And my radiation oscilloscope was going berserk, which shouldn't be happening. And then, I don't know, what did happen? We woke up. I mean, we've seen the video, it went to static. That's quite a strong influencer. But equally, it's not brute force, if you catch my drift. A brute force interference would destroy the camera, but we still got the data beforehand. So whatever it was didn't want to be filmed. But equally, it wasn't malicious. That's why we're still here if it was. I don't know. I've seen things like that before in my own line of studies. There's normally an explanation for it. But having that hard interference on our data is unusual, or unique actually. The only thing that's ever done anything like that is the Slender. Is it connected? I don't know.